of their wrongs, but today they have to do it against a team that has always made it out of groups.
But they haven't thus far this year. Neither team has. They've both fallen short in this match in the past. Now a chance for one of them to break that narrative, right that wrong, and finally show up in playoffs. But it's a rematch, and I'm really interested, Bea, how the map veto might change compared to that first one, or if we're going to just be running it back.
Because we're speaking about two teams that practically have a permaban. We're not going to be most likely seeing Haven for the side of Team Liquid, DRX with Sunset, so I think that both can work under this basis. Are we going to see the same maps? Are we going to go to Abyss, to Bind? Are the showings enough? Are little tweaks here and there for Team Liquid going to be enough?
My big question is really Abyss. That's where Liquid looked pretty rough in their opener, but they fixed that map last time we saw them play, and as the picks come through, DRX do return to Abyss, but it's something new for Liquid, picking into the corrode.
Okay, so they decided it's kind of like they doubled down.
I'm not over the bind yet, I'm sorry, I'm still traumatized by the TP, Faye. I can't,
so sorry.
I cannot go through that again.
And listen, maybe we don't even need to get to Bind, but Corrode is such a different pick for the side of Team Liquid. It definitely has to be conditioned by what NRG did the other day against DRX. Especially when we were speaking about this double dive, think about those B hits on elbow that we were seeing time and time again. But DRX actually decides to start on the defense.
You've been watching Liquid all year. I have a question for you.
Yes.
They played a couple different comps on this map. Last time they switched into the deadlock off that Gecko comp.
Yes.
Do you think
there was some misses? There was some utility missed.
Do you think we see that one again, or do you think Liquid has a new idea for champions?
No. I think that they. This is the idea that I have in my head, is that they have to change things, or if they are to repeat it, maybe like one agent here and there.
Yeah.
But it has to be like they have seen something strong enough in their corrode to stop that double dive.
DRX was at a big advantage the first game because they had all new comps. Liquid was playing generally the same ideas as EMEA, and I think it was Liquid the ones who had to sight read and adapt on the fly. With the corrode pick, this will flip that switch a little bit because this was one of the maps where DRX just lost to NRG, even though they started off looking excellent. It was, of course, that latter half that eluded them, losing 5 rounds in a row. So the question is, what does Liquid have prepared? What kind of prep do they have specifically against DRX?
I can tell you a little bit about that, because we saw a shot of Lohan and Yao there, and they are infamous for not just knowing how to counter stuff or come up with things. They are watching tier 3 in freaking China, they watch tier 2, they watch tier 1, they are literally in every corner of every VOD to be able to come with really, really cool ideas.
I can guarantee you that they are going to run it back, just being like, okay, who else has played this competition? Who has been playing the Waylay here? What can I do against this?
Yeah, I'm so excited to see what they have cooking here. DRX go back towards that Waylay. Liquid, okay, Nats is hovering the Waylay. Surely that's not real.
No.
It's just going to be Viper.
Wait. I mean,
but Trex is playing Viper.
Yes, he's logged that in. Kiko's going to be going on the Omen. No surprises on the side of DRX because our eyes were just on Team Liquid. Why are you doing this?
I think Nats is just gonna lock Viper here, and then this is a really standard comp on Corrode.
Yeah, I hope so, because, you know, back in the days when he was on Gambit and famously picked up 3 duelists to turn them into superstars in other roles, but it was not Nats. Nats was the constant, you know, sentinel play. He never flexed. He always did what he was meant to do.
There's no way. There's no way.
In this first half, I'm really going to be watching the mid-control game. DRX is really having an excellent comp to fight into that one. He's doing his speech right now. I think he's going to let the time tick down and pivot away last second.
The closest thing that we have when him playing something that isn't a sentinel, or maybe the one fade one time, is the chamber.
Right?
It's the chamber. His chamber, he has gone there before. He's opping these days, you know, he's doing weird things like that. But if they are hedging their Champions playoffs chance on a Nats,
he locked it!
Oh my god.
God, that was not in my bingo card.
This is insanity. I need to know why.
So they're playing.
He's probably talking about it now and we can't hear it.
I mean,
this mic.
This essentially becomes somewhat of a mirror now. Both teams have strength in their hard execs. Nats is going to be acting like a drone, double dashing in, using his hinder to then set camo up on this Neon to enter into the sights. But this is DRX's idea that they're playing into them. What a cool mirror idea to start.
Yeah, and in all 5 years, Nats has only ever played 10 agent. What a time, Brandon Sideshow, for him to be flexing on the global stage.
What an absurd twist in the narrative that we got here for this opening match between these two teams. Not quite an opening match, it's an elimination match. It's a match that gets you into playoffs, man. And Nats is pulling out the duelist, the Waylay.
Oh my god.
What is going on?
I love it. You have to do something different, right? When you play against a team the second time. I thought the map itself was going to be the difference.
Yeah.
They didn't play Corrode up against each other previously. And I was worried because I was like, well, I actually think that the EMEA teams are a bit behind the meta. Yeah. They don't play the double duelist. Double duelist looks amazing on this map. And then it's Nats locking in the Waylay to open.
Just no way.
It's ludicrous.
Well, let's see it then in action. Our opening map here of Corrode, it is ludicrous.
Now, normally, you don't get as good mid control, but actually, DRX giving up mid a lot here. And you might get a Waylay v Waylay clash, if anything. Nats and Hyunmin may meet around A-Link.
Yeah. No real pushback as well for the A splits. The Team Liquid are gearing up. No real util being used either.
Look at DRX expecting some kind of exec.
Could be going for a bit of a rolling retreat, taking the fight straight away though. That's Nats dropped and already seen that pressure coming in from the side to hinder to try and take the fight. Flashback though is finished off.
Patty did an amazing job there, killing Hyunmin actually through the hinder.
Leaves it just down to 2 here. It's Mako and Freeing. Going to be scurrying to the scene of the crime. A deep plan for Team Liquid. Full control towards the back of the site. Even main compromised. Kiko's been holed up in that spot and he's going to be taking a fight here. Freeing still accounting for multiple angles, and it comes down to this game of timings again once more. Kiko might have just missed it, but he missed each other, but still backs. Going to be turned towards it. Freeing strikes. Brings it into a 2-on-2. Time starts to tick here.
It's a good timing for Mako.
Riaman there picking up the ghost. That's a beautiful shot there from Trex. Immediate returning, but Mako now alone onto the site in a 1v2. Happened to the defuse already. Gliding to the side. That's Cow to finish him off. Pistol round goes to Team Liquid.
The person we had the most attention on, Nats, disappeared from that fight very early on, didn't he? But this is the shot I'm talking about. Patty getting that one onto Hyunmin makes all the difference in that situation. And Mako cleaned up. Nice double up play from Team Liquid in elbow.
Nice kills. Nice kills, Patrick.
Now think about the way that they played that round, though. Very slow, very contacty to take the space they needed to run and execute. One of the big reasons that I'm a fan of the double duelist comps, we don't know which are better. Hello, wait a second, this might be the Aspas play. Paranoia.
Maybe going for it.
Saturate over the top.
Someone's contact him and takes it. It's going to be diffusing immediately the play that it wanted to go for. But
I thought they were going to run a trap play there off Flashback's contact, but decided not to invest it. Anyway, one of the big reasons that I'm a big fan of the double duelist compositions is because you can run site pops a lot.
Sure.
And most of the comps that you're running on this map, you need mid on attack side or you just lose. But I think the Pacific teams, and now Team Liquid, are starting to discover that if you put double duelist into your comps, you don't get punished on the flank that much. And you can do a lot of these B execs as they're going for now. Obviously, there's no one home here, though.
Yeah, no resistance here. Will be that open side, open plan. DRX grouping up. Doing a bit of economical damage will be key. Maybe even just going down to the spike to ensure that they don't get the ults online, because it's another benefit, I suppose, of running this double duelist. You have fantastic ults to go into many hits. You get that rolling. DRX are going to know it well. They've been playing this comp for a bit now and really define themselves in terms of their playstyle as well, running this double duelist. Flashback on the Euro. Hyunmin playing the Waylay.
Yeah, I think the theory is fantastic from DRX. It's what won them that opening game. That's trying to build up towards an ultimate.
Just some warm-up shots for him, really.
I'm interested to see how good his tech looks. We know that Nats is a phenomenally skilled player, but he doesn't normally play agents that have to make extremely quick decisions in the midst of chaotic moments. I mean, sometimes the way that he plays Viper, he creates the chaos and thrives within it. But the APM is going to increase a little bit for him playing here on Waylay. I do think, though, that DRX deserve an enormous amount of credit for coming in with this. I think of it as like a mosquito composition with Flashback and Hyunmin. You know, constantly harassing each other, both with those escape mechanisms.
Having to swat down either of all players.
Yeah, you have to push Hyunmin away before Flashback jumps into your face.
Well, looks like they're gearing up now. Team Liquid for a full-on exec into the V site. We'll be up to Freeing. We'll be up to Mako to see if they can push it back and shove it off. Good call for the cancel, and that's going to be sending in as well. We'll be looking for it. Fast lane up to try and divide this one up, but the wall is going to be, okay, popped up immediately. Great with the blind. Kiko does respond, though, with that kill straight away, but up towards the top. Through an open target, and a sitting duck at that. Mako. Quick dismissal, that horn's broken, and this guy is on fire right now. Locks him out of the sight. Util, not a problem for him. Neither were the players. Leaves it down to Trex. He's going to have a tough time of things.
Well dealt with there by DRX. I think a lot of what you're going to be looking at on Liquid as well is judging how good and how well practiced these execs look too. Because tight timings, when you contrast that over to DRX, their discipline and the way that they play this version of the double duelist comp, the timings have to be immaculate, right? And their Team Liquid, Nats was third player in, something like that, got stuck behind the wall.
You'd want to see your Whaler going in. Trigger the wall, trigger the util, pull back out.
Yeah, usually
go for a repop. But
usually these Waylay double duelist comps, you're right, the Waylay is a distraction.
30 seconds left.
And you retract out to play your other duelist in. And I think that's what Hyunmin and Flashback do miraculously well. That could just be Team Liquid not quite executing properly, or it might be a sign of some lack of experience on a new comp that they're trying to pull out and play. Yeah, well, and of course it would be an experience. It's the first time Nats has ever played duelist in his pro career. He's played so many games.
You have to assume they've been having some level of success with it, at least in practice, to be able to pull it out.
I don't know, man. You can't have been playing that many scrims with this. I think this might just be like pure theory, couple of scrims.
Bit of a pocket pick as well, throw it out.
You know what else is interesting? Team Liquid's academy roster runs quite a lot of Waylay Yoru. So I was surprised the first time when Team Liquid got really caught off by DRX's comp, but maybe Nats talking to the academy team and getting some tips.
Another similar group up here. It's Bane who sees all those signs of life. Going to be getting off nice and early, trying to dominate inside that smoke of Flashback. Can't get out of it. Overwhelmed by the presence of the duelists. It's Nats who takes his life. Creeping up slowly, surely, up towards that A-Link free and could be seeing, a few heads. Just showcase. Nats is also going around the world here. Not
DRX
sure what the premise is of it.
DRX are giving Team Liquid a lot of mid control. It looks very similar to the pistol round, doesn't it? Where they just take A-Link basically for free, contacting up mid. I think that's a big hole in the defense right now for DRX. And again, it's this protocol of 3 players cowering towards the back of the site. It's really uncomfortable to defend A like this.
Unbroken. DRX is going to be feeling it now. Well, the util sent flying forwards as well. It goes evenly on either side, hand in hand, to try and stall and stun them out. Nats has found his way into the B side. Wall tripped up, freeing. Really seeing if he can be tested there. And it's Kiko with the trade. Online, quick up through mid. Creating that avenue with a help, and Nats as well. All this distraction. And look at these DRX players. I mean, Bane and Hyunmin all the way in spawn.
Oh my God.
They've missed it potentially. There's that timing. Nats was low enough, but still as a shot to the dome that does him in.
Patitech is miles away from this play as well.
2v3.
They don't know where Bane is.
Yeah, they're still looking for a bit of clearance, and Bane doesn't really want to overextend, not with a smoke in his face. Time will start to tick. Hyunmin's finished, though, and that leaves it just down to Bane in a 1v3. Unlikely that he's going to want to try and play this one. Far too unlikely.
Well, I was talking about that gap up through middle, but the patience played there by Team Liquid as they paused before the A exec allowed Nats. Of course, he's lurking still while playing Waylay, but he lurks into the B site, gets past the Vice util, and calls for his team to come back in that direction. So clearly here, Nats is still going to have some of those rounds, I guess, where he's playing it in his classic style despite being on a completely different role.
Bring that pressure elsewhere on the map.
And I do love the idea of fast starts to these defaults, because you can go into a quick A exec or you can slow down the tempo like they did here. They get into a 5v4 and they just pump the brakes entirely. That makes it very difficult for the DRX to figure out what's going on because they don't control mid.
Yeah, I think you've diagnosed it perfectly there, to be honest, just off the rip. Of what we've seen of Corrode being played, mid control, vitally important. DRX not really making too many adjustments towards. I mean, there's a deep paranoid. This is going to be a trap play. The Aspas play, potentially. You're going to see a lot of util flying out forwards, and there it is. That hinder drop down, double dash forwards, but Hyunmin respects it, seeing that there was no connections. Immediately refracts back to the rest of his team.
It's a nice set play, but people are more aware of it now.
Yeah.
And there's no Viper. Normally the Viper would be over there throwing the orb and stuff, but Trex doesn't have to be tucked in that corner. And again, Team Liquid have taken a lot of mid here for free at the start of the round.
Just given up.
Flashback was thinking about opping this round and decided to go for the Vandal instead. I wonder if that would have been more over towards denying space in mid. once more this pause. This time, though, they don't have quite the same level of space. Normally, Hyunmin's been pushed back into the site when Team Liquid pumped the brakes. This time, DRX can still jiggle and get some A-main info. And Mako can see towards A-Link as well. Smoked off now.
Hyunmin gonna get his chance, really, but again, the barrel points out as well. Spoils his position that he's playing in. Mako, stray shot spammed out. To Nightfall's gonna be scattering, connecting onto multitude of these players. No sound cues now, and that A-hit looks like it's being committed to. Team Liquid want to try and send this one flying forwards. Hyunmin and Mako looking to see if they can hold this one all the way back. Hyunmin really being tested in that spot, but the duelists have already dropped for DRX. Mako still alive here, off to the side, denies that one. Convergent paths offloaded, but it's a wasted ult. No one is home. It's a reflank occurring, that A-Link space being absorbed up, and Mako is dealt with eventually.
Good TP from Kiko.
Leaves it into the 2v2 here, and that's still watching for it, but now with the plan again, just anticipating he could be being pushed up. Again, time is of the essence. It's really running short, and that's finds it, but again, that trade evened out, 10 seconds left. Kiko has the spike, 6 seconds remaining. We'll have to hard stick and commit this one to bring it into the extension. And freeing Rapid all the way from the side. Collected and cool with the aim.
Team Liquid this time not quite able to capitalize on the push into the A site. I think Mako did a great job of ducking in there and getting one and still being able to back off. A lot of this fight though came down to the trades right before this kill happened. Yeah. But the pick on Tapati was a big one. Nats actually used all of his utility before they got into that side push, and then was the second player in trying to trade out the kills. Then had a very weird refract usage towards the end where he stuck it down in the open. He's at the top of the scoreboard for the team, but slightly strange use of the Waylay. And this time DRX fighting more over towards mid.
Team mid smoke. Haunt reveals a bit of information here for DRX. Another rim through into B main, Steel Garden. Sent forwards now. Nats is going to be sending it straight up through mid. Hyunmin's been caught out. He was trying to take that timing when all that pressure was being applied over towards B. Team looking like they want to hard commit into this one. Still, Steel Garden's going to be fading. Guns out for Bane. Has an opportunity to really do some damage. Still just a one. Head rolling off of Camo. That trade is impeccable with the discipline. Can't quite manage it with the spray control. Flashback is already deep in the fight though. Flash in his face. Won't be able to see much from this spot, but Mako from the high ground can see all. Readily available, that rifle in hand. Draws it level 3-3.
The reinforcements are coming through very quickly from DRX there. Heaven dominated, Team Liquid with no opportunity to fight for additional space in the post plant. You'd love, as the attacking team in that spot, to try and take some elbow control, get up into Heaven yourself. But Mako is there so fast. A flashback coming in to reinforce. Not relying on the ults, not trying to play some level of set retake, but they're very, very quickly boxing Team Liquid in on site. And now the economy not in a good spot for Team Liquid. We're expecting this to be a defense-sided map, generally. But when you have double duelist versus double duelist, I think tend to throw that kind of preconception out the window.
Yeah.
Should be a bit more of an even map. And it has been so far.
I agree with that. Our understanding of how the map might play. Throwing out a little bit here. Double dash forwards there from Nats, but spam into the smoke. That actually caught onto Camo to seize. Just in case there was a close punish, but no one really following up on most of this one. Flashback trying to reinsert onto the angle. Outlaw is the weapon for the job. Still overwhelmed over towards the B side. That's a very deep TP. Kiko's already into the back lines.
Yeah, that's incredible, actually. He's managed to get so far in. And the one player the DRX didn't want to lose, because there goes all of your thorns, there goes the wall.
Kiko could really make a solid difference here. He's got a rifle in his hand, but Flashback will spot him out there. Dimensional Drift. Utilize, make sure that they can clear this one out. Have their hold onto B. Use the good fruition still. Holding it down, double dash, round in the corner. What a shot by Kiko. Great adjustment. A lot of util coming flying forwards at him.
I like the proactivity from Liquid.
Really trying to get active here. Another fight to be taken as well as they're wrapping around. And Flashback was none the wiser. Taking control of that elbow control. Thorns lay it down on top of it. Bane just spots the one up towards Heaven. Haunt on. No one on site. It's going to clear the way for most of this one again, but the plan is in a bit of a weird spot. Mako not quite there. The Caesar's going to be connecting. A bit of raw spam as well. Needs to be that defense. In order, the stick! Not denied! Mako defends in time.
The smoke up towards Heaven had just been put there and denied Paditek from being able to get an angle. The plant itself as well, not in the greatest spot for them to fight over. And DRX steal that one away. I thought DRX's pressure onto the post planners was the best thing they were doing in previous rounds. This time it was Liquid who moved quicker, went up through elbow. That's a nice adjustment. But DRX still able to get it the third defuse in a row, and Flashback picks up the op to try and contest mid.
Where are you?
A lot of it off the back of Mako. A lot asked of him as a player.
Bring them down.
IGLing for the team again now as well.
Exactly, as well. Normally that's going to be the traction on his performance, but
he played a great game to open against Team Liquid. Fell off a little bit in the next, so... Oh, hello, that's not supposed to happen.
That's not ideal, yeah. Happens. It definitely does happen, but... Won't be getting too much usage out of that, but the operator come to fruition with a purchase like that. Flashback's been pretty consistent so far over champs with that gun. Whenever they do pull it out, it's a rarity sometimes, but with the slower pump the brakes style of play that Team Liquid are playing, the operator getting value. Flashback immediately reinserting themselves onto the A line.
10 HP, and there's a lot of wallbang opportunities here. A little bit of spam could take him out, but Flashback survives.
It's awkward.
Stays on the line, good info for his team.
We'll have to respect that though. There's Util in his face. Gate Crash pulls back to a bit more safe position. Trex is just trying to bait out a bit of this spot here, but Smoke Blooms a little bit too late there, and even that with a hinder drop down! Hyunmin! Never denied that space here, but they do not anticipate Trex whatsoever. Slipped the net straight past most of that. In a forward approach as well, he might have just carved out a bit of a space and position for Team Liquid to take advantage of. 23 seconds, spike in the middle of nowhere. Gamma crawling up here, a lot of damage done straight to the body with those shots. 21 health remaining. 14 seconds left to do it. It's left into the 1v1 here, but no time.
10 seconds left.
Such a big map. There was only 12 seconds there for him to go get the spike. I'm surprised he doesn't go for a little bit of a push onto Hyunmin, because he heard exactly where he dashed to. He knew that he dashed over towards B, but I think he would have just been chasing him around the houses on the B site.
Yeah.
So instead, opts to keep the operator, which is a bit of an unusual one. I think they came into that round with Nats picking up the Outlaw. Yeah, there's a fight over there towards mid with it. And the bigger gun wins the day, but now... I mean, they've been playing a bit of a slow attack side, considering they're playing the double queue list. They're trying to go for these like late round execs, maybe just trying to wait out gate crashes from Flashback.
I think that's part of it, yeah. Big win con for a lot of these teams in the Euro meta is waiting out slow attack side rounds at the beginning.
But after 4 rounds in a row from DRX, 3 of which they played fantastically, one where they maybe got a little bit lucky with sticking that defuse, Team Liquid are going to take a tactical timeout and try to adjust something, because the theory has been decent, but the execution has just not been quite there to be able to take out DRX. And this map pick was so unusual to start with, Brett, even before we got to the crazy Nats on Waylay comp, because Team Liquid have picked a map here that they're 1 and 2 in this year.
They haven't had good results on it.
Not particularly, and they've been trying a range of different compositions. But the odd thing as well is that DRX have been 1 and 3 this year. I would just argue that DRX have been doing that in a better region for Corrode. Sure. I haven't been too happy with the way that EMEA teams have been playing it.
There's always going to be a lot of variance as well when a new map comes out.
Absolutely.
You go to an event, there's been a bit of a break, teams have had time to practice. So.
Yeah, that's completely true. But I think Team Liquid taking such a gamble with their own map pick shows you how far they wanted to push things away from the previous series.
Take it in a different direction.
And yet we still have Abyss and Bind to close, the 2 maps that DRX won the last time. It's a strange buy for Liquid. They saved that operator, get a Vandal and a Guardian out, but...
Bought a few guns around it, right.
But so much of this is on Nats and whether or not you can get an opening pick.
If he just spots one of these players as well, Freeing is peeking out Prowler.
It's hard to avoid info peeking here on B. At some point, Freeing is going to go for it. It might just be in 30 seconds.
And the angle's good for Nats.
All right now.
Claims his life. That's going to be the Util falling down, crumbling around them, and now the pressure immediately onto Bane. Can he try and deliver? Can he try and push this one back? But that hinder into the back. He couldn't really do much about that spot here. Flashback looking to see if he can hold on to control of this area, but we'll respect it. Gate crash out to a bit more safety. But this is looking like a save already for DRX. They're backing themselves out slowly.
That's twice now that we've seen Freeing go down early. Clearly an area that Team Liquid realized that they can abuse coming out of the tag timeout. They knew exactly what they wanted to go for there, didn't they? Picked off the B anchor instantly and they're in. And the fact that they didn't even have to invest a Steel Garden to close that out, I mean, it's quite an easy round, I guess. after DRX have just won 4 in a row and looked by far the better team to begin.
Definitely feels easy. Like, you know, we were talking about the money situation. They had an op and 2 rifles, essentially. I think the Guardian and the Vandal forced around it. But other than that, not really a concrete buy. Still a round win. Gets the job done.
And I think one of the theory points here on Nats' op is that when you're not running the double smokes, Mako can't keep everything smoked around the map. You want to keep bottom mid smoked, you want to keep A main smoked, you want to keep B main smoked. One Omen can't do all of that.
You only have so much.
Yeah, so there are actually going to be a lot of avenues on the attack side, over towards B main in particular, where they're waiting for some contact before Mako goes for that smoke. And that's going to offer an opportunity for Nats to get an opening pick. Now this time, Nats is working his way over towards B, and it looks like another trap play, pressure on Tex.
See how this one goes. Just hearing that early flash from Trex. Sends it flying forwards, but it was dodged, so we didn't get the indicator that there were players posted up into B.
But he leaves the danger zone. And at some point here, DRX have got to dismantle the trap play, because you can't commit 3 players to B the entire round.
Fully relying on your team to just hold it down over towards A. Got the Warn, the wall and the 2 sets of Thorns up, but Prowler doesn't spot anything. It's a game of question marks right now. DRX are trying to piece together where the hell Team Liquid are on the map. Jumpman re-exploring in through mid. Nats is south going walkabouts.
Early use of the refract as well. He's going to now recognize that there's a Vice wall in front of him, tries to bait it out.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. 3rd time's the charm. Flash gets some acknowledgement there as well.
But throughout all of this, DRX are not super happy about information in mid. Hyunmin's trying to pick it up. And we've seen him take those fights with Saturate, but right now,
Nightfall.
Is this a real exec?
I'll be going into these players as well. They only have the classics really to their name. Hinder, slightly and slowly gliding down, freeing. Yeah, wasn't really favored in a fight like that. Steel Garden as well. We've fully taken away any other remaining guns. Team Liquid putting themselves a bit of a spot onto the side to get the clan down now. DRX again left just scrambling.
It's really controlled from Liquid.
They do want to make a go for it though. 3v5 here. DRX previously went for the save. This time looking like they want to commit, maybe looking for a pick.
They've got the money to do so.
Smoke off into elbow. Nats kind of ready there. Convergent pass is ready to try and save them. What an entry, Jumpman though. Still shut down. Kiko into the corner, was not cleared out. Is that danger player still? Aim is sharp for Mako, but not sharp enough to try and dissuade the rest of Team Liquid. They brought it 5-5.
What a savior Kiko is in that corner playing anti-flash, because the entry, the idea, the theory from DRX, remarkably solid in that moment. Coming back in with the double dash and the flash, completely caught these players. In fact, Kiko not even anti-flash, just tucked in the corner and able to be punished and not really noticed by Hyunmin. Nearly sat on top of him, didn't he? Landed in Kiko's lap. Okay, now both teams have an op. You heard Nat's comment at the end there. They wanted the op, but they've given it to Patitek, and they're doing something fast.
Convergent player through mid. Going to go for a bit of a split potentially. Slower through A main as well, but it does give them that A-link control. DRX have been happy to, this entire map so far, just give up all mid control. Playing deep tucked onto the side, trying to anchor it down, but that double dash forwards, backwards, and that's just looking for the information. That's a, okay, Saturate, drop down. Was that his own Saturate?
Oh, Nat's got caught. I think it was Hyunmin's, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. And now they're going back into a slow contact A hit, knowing that the defenders will have started to spread out again.
It's on Hyunmin. Towards it, already the rumble of a footstep stun, ricocheting, dash back in the way, but Bane kind of just baited and left out into the open. Convergent pass of his own, dropped out. Hyunmin lights out with a shot like that. Rips ahead.